I loved, the reason I got involved with this really is because Jodi's I don't know if you call it a team leader, or what do you call it, Jodi? A volunteer. I mean, she's a volunteer, but she heads up the team destination cure, right? Is that correct? But we've been good friends with them, me and Shay has for a long time, and Jodi's got such a big heart, and I've always wanted to have that type of heart myself. I've always loved helping people, and that's something, the reason I agreed to do this is our second year, and I think we took up, how much was the offer? It's like $572, so y'all give yourself a hand, that's good. I love Jodi a lot, and I really appreciate all she does. She'll do anything for anybody. She's just an all-around great lady and really loves the Lord. So she's going to say a few things about that, and after that, I'll come back, we'll get somebody to say the blessing, and we'll do it.
Thank you. I won't keep too much of your time. I do want to thank personally Enlisted, Jacky, Fortner, both of the choirs, Welcome Grove, my home church, Ebenezer, and the Scott Thomas Singers for donating your time and your talent for this cause. I'm just going to give you just a very little bit of history. Some of you may not know what Relay for Life is. It's actually an event, American Cancer Society is who the Relay supports. And actually in 1985, one man, Dr. Klatt, decided to try to raise some money for his local American Cancer Society office. And so he loved doing marathons. So he had people sponsor him. And all night long, 24 hours, he stayed on the track, running, walking. And friends of his donated money to get out on the track with him. And I believe he raised $27,000. Just one man made a difference. And the Relay now is in counties and states all over, and it's even international. And the Relay for Life in Paulding County, which I'm a co-chair with two other people in the county, is next Friday night. It's the 16th of May, and it will be 24 hours. It goes on 24 hours. And the reason that Relay does that is because if you think about it, cancer doesn't sleep. And we figured one night a year we could give them, without sleeping, all of our time and our attention and show our encouragement and our support. Everybody knows somebody, sadly, this day and time that has been affected by cancer. Our initial participation started when friends of ours and church family members, Scott and Sharon Dodd, had a son, Scotty. He was 25 when he went home to be with the Lord, and he had battled cancer for some time. And we got involved in Relay, actually, in memory of Scotty. And we had no idea that just 2 short years later, our grandson, Bryson, who was 8 months old, would be life-flighted to Scottish Rite Children's Hospital with a bleed on his brain, and came to find out that it was a malignant brain tumor. The first miracle that God performed in Bryson's life was that he survived the surgery. They made sure that they were very gracious, but that they said, we can't tell you that he'll survive the surgery. 8-month-old baby with a brain tumor on the right side of his brain. And but God touched him, and he survived the surgery. We had people all over the world praying for Bryson, not only our family. And it was great to find out after his surgery that 2 of the nurses that were in there with him said that they made sure that they prayed the entire time they were doing surgery on him. And for a Nana, that means a lot. He survived the surgery, and just like Pam spoke about, we lived at Scottish Rite probably about 3 months. My son and my daughter-in-law and the rest of the family tried to take turns giving them a break. If you ever want to volunteer, just go to Scottish Rite Hospital, go to that Aflac floor, and just see what those families go through. But after that, Bryson now has undergone 14 plus surgeries. He has a shunt to keep the fluid off of his brain. He has a feeding tube. He doesn't walk, but his vocabulary is getting a lot better. He can say Nana, and I love that. This morning we actually went and saw him play ball. There's a special needs league, and it's volunteers that work with children. And he's able, in his little wheelchair, to go around the bases and throw the ball. And again, another miracle in my eyes. One of the reasons that I was glad Joseph suggested that we have the event this year in a church, and I'm so thankful for Pine Ridge donating their facility to let us have it here, their church, is because our family are Christians, we're believers, and it was still a struggle to go through what we went through, and I cannot imagine anybody in this world facing the things that we've seen and we've gone through without the Lord's help. And so I wanted an opportunity for the possibility that somebody was lost to be able to have an altar to come to. And so I'm very thankful that we had the event here at the church. And I hope that if somebody is here and is lost, that a seed's been planted and that God will just water that and it'll, go forth and he'll see the fruit of that. But one of the things that I prayed, and I'm going to close with this, I'm not going to take up too much time, I'm sorry, was I was in the chapel when they told us that they were going to have to put in a drain before Bryson had his surgery to drain some of the fluid off of his brain. I found my way to the chapel in the hospital, and I didn't have to go to the chapel. I could have fell right there on my face in the waiting room, but I found my way to the chapel. I just felt at peace there. And I prayed, and of course, as you would imagine, my prayer initially was, God, why can't this be me? Why does it have to be this baby? But God doesn't work that way. And there was a reason for it and a purpose, and there's times that I think I know, because we have people come to us and talk to us about how Bryson's story has impacted their life positively, or that they've seen the faith of the family and that increased their faith. Or we've had people tell us that they were away from the Lord, and that through that God was able to speak to them and bring them back. And for that, I give God all the praise. But I found myself praying in the chapel, begging it, God, to let it be me. And God just whispered to my spirit and said, Luke 1:37, Jodi, Luke 1:37. And I didn't get up and go find the Bible right then. I waited until after we heard that he had survived the surgery. But Luke 1:37 does say, for with God, nothing shall be impossible. Amen. And that's been my life verse, I guess, since everything began with Bryson, because I do know that he is still working miracles each and every day. And we have one of the cutest ones living in our family. He's just the most handsome thing ever. So I'm thankful for that. I know that there are people here, I don't know everybody, but I do know Sister Debbie Hall has just recently gone through her battle with cancer. But again, another miracle. And prayers answered. But if you have battled cancer, or if you have a loved one who has, I just want you to know that what little thing I can do as far as volunteering, I'm going to do. I'm going to fight until I feel like that there's a cure. I do know the great physician is in control. I know that Bryson has a huge network of wonderful doctors and surgeons and therapists and nurses. I know that. But I do know that God is the ultimate healer, and that he has done what miracles Bryson has gone through. God has done that. But I am thankful for the people that are in his life that are helping him too, and I pray over them as well. But whatever you're going through, I want you to know that I can give one day a year, and I can stay up all night long if it'll help raise money for research and to find a cure. So I really, from a Nana's perspective, please hear my heart. I'm so thankful for each one of you that came out and gave your Saturday night on Mother's Day weekend, in my eyes, for my Bryson. So thank you very much. Thank you all that participated. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions about the relay, please see me. And God bless you.